We're making some sauerkraut, easy to make. Cut up the cabbage, put it in a big jar, let it sit for a few weeks. Let's see, maybe 4 weeks, right? Do you have any questions before we start?
What
The
are you
sauerkraut.
going to do?
I have a question. Where did you put the cabbage?
We put the cabbage.
I
We
can
put
see
the cabbage underneath the bed. We put the cabbage right under the bed and it starts to smell and smolder. And then when you wake up in the morning, you can smell the sauerkraut. Okay, so we're going to cut this up. Take the bottom part, chop it off, and all you do is shred. So instead of me showing you the shredding, chop, chop, chop. Put the chop, 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 and we put it in the bottle. Any other questions?
No.
No? Okay, let's get that done. This is a cabbage we got from Safeway, and very densely packed. If you push this here, it's almost like a baseball.
Daddy,
in terms of the package.
Daddy.
Uh-oh. We're going to cut it into small pieces anyways. But here you have the center here. This is a very good cabbage. So in other words, the most important thing in cooking is just getting the best ingredients you can, regardless of the price. Just get the best of the best. Because how many cabbages are you going to eat in your lifetime? Probably 3. Unless you're... How many cabbages do you have?
1.
Just 1 in your lifetime? Okay. Or you might only have 1. So, cut it in half, take out the core. It's a bit too dense, you can use that for a stir fry. And then we'll chop this baby up. So how do you get rid of the core? Maybe something like this. Use a very good knife. I suggest...
Chinese. The Japanese.
A Japanese knife. That's right. That's right. And don't cut your finger. Because you see how my finger's getting almost cut? Okay, here's the core. A bit too...
What's a core?
Well, that's the center.
Oh.
And here, I think we're fine there. So we're going to do the same for the other side, and then we'll show you when it's done. Okay, let's show people how to cut it. Take the smallest slice that you can. Right down there. One thing I'm going to be doing is, just watch your fingers, I'm going to be bruising the cabbage. I think that's going to help in fermentation. You want to get it just paper thin. Absolutely paper thin here.
Like, is this paper thin?
That is that's paper thin, but these cuts, look at how paper thin that is. See?
Should I put that there?
Mm-hmm. We want to get this absolute paper thin. And we don't want to wash any of this at all. You don't want to wash this because this H layer contains some sort of bacteria or fungus that will allow it to ferment. Yeast is a fungus. Did you know that?
It's a fungus.
That's like a mushroom. Okay. It's good to bruise the leaves of the cabbage before you put it in the jar. So just take a spoon or something that's very clean like this. This is very clean. I just washed it. And we'll just bruise those leaves. Just bruise them. What you want to do is, this speeds the fermentation, I believe. Also, try a little bit. Good. Excellent. Washed out the jar. Now we're going to put the cabbage into the jar. So we'll just fill that up.
Daddy, could I rip it? But I won't put it in because I just like ripping the cabbage.
Yeah, of course you can. Okay, what we're pushing it down to solidify it in here as much as we can.
So the air will come out? So the air will come out?
Yeah, we want, see, we could actually fit 2 cabbages in here. Oh no, 1 cabbage. There's 1 cabbage per 3.6 liters. Gosh. It'd be nice if it was, if you could put like a half-ton press or something on here. So, looks like we'll have 1 cabbage per gallon.
Just put.
Now we're going to add 3% brine solution, so
Oh,
3.6 liters. So that's about 80 grams. We're going to be a little bit on the light side with this salt. Not really. Well, let's go with 70 grams actually, see how that works. So 70 grams per 3.6 liters of water. Okay, we're going to put the 70 grams of salt. And what we're going to do now is fill this with water, obviously, up to the very top with water. I'm going to use...
I was going to put this out.
Okay, you want to do the other one? Okay. Then we're going to... I'm actually making sourdough all the time. So I have some rye sourdough starter here. I'm going to add it to this concoction here because sourdough starter actually has the same bacteria that lactobacillus bacteria in there, and it should be just fine. So let me put that in there. So this is sourdough starter. That basically just starts it. Not very much. You just need a little tiny spoonful of it. What you want to do? Let's put a little bit more in. Make sure we got. So you're basically inoculating this. That will make sure that you actually get this fermentation started in the right way. Because I know this sourdough starter works very well.
Daddy, could I put